Hey guys, in this video we're going to create this dashboard design in Figma. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright, so let's get started. So the very first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to rename this file to dashboard, and we're going to go over here on the frame tool, and we're going to select the desktop. So basically this is going to give us the base for our dashboard design. Just going to make it a little bit smaller in height, and let's create our first rectangle. Now normally a plane will never pass above my house, but when I'm recording videos it happens to be a trend, so just bear with me on that for a moment. And let's go ahead and let's create a linear gradient in order to kickstart this project with some cool gradients. We kind of like want to have the feeling for this app, and probably I'm gonna go with a more bluish tint over here. And when it comes to this second gradient, maybe we can go with something around these lines. We kind of like want to use the gradient but not too much, so I'm going to grab these handles and kind of figure out a way to make it a little bit more subtle. And I think we're good with this so far. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to create the main headline, which is going to be overview, and I'm using a free Google web font, which is going to be Lato. I'm just gonna go here, type in Lato, and by the way, if you don't have Lato, it's a free Google web font. You can simply go on Google, type in Lato, boom, this is the first one that you just need to go over here, download family, and you're in business. So here we go. This is the first headline, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to create a few options right here, so some labels for the actual table. So let's go over here, let's make this one medium. I'm going to make it gray, and I think we're good to go. So it's going to be the first one. We're gonna have a bunch of more of these guys, and then we're going to add a divider line, which we're gonna make gray as well, since we don't want all sorts of visual emphasis to this. So let's go ahead here and let's kind of like get the feeling for this table. Let's try and create something which looks cool overall. So I'm gonna go with 14, and I'm gonna change the number here to 16, since I don't want to have numbers which aren't rounded. Same for this guy over here. Now we're going to use this cool plugin called Content Reel, and if you don't have it, simply go and manage plugins. You can easily download it for free, and for some reason it's not okay. Here we go. It was taking a moment to load, and here we're going to use a full name. For the second one, we're going to use a date. For the third one, it's going to be a currency, and oh, they added also icons. That's pretty cool. This is loading up. Alright, so I can simply like drag and drop. Yeah, seems like okay, perfect. So we're going to use these icons in this project, since I want to use this new feature which looks really cool. So yeah, back to the actual labels. We're trying to decide which elements we want in the actual table. So we're going to go with currency again over here, and then we're going to have a phone number at the end. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. This has been decided. Perfect. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna change this to auto width, so that we basically have the width covering the entire width of the text. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to distribute horizontally. We're going to change the labels in just a moment. I kind of want to figure out the structure before we go into the labels. So cool. And gonna make this one, just gonna bring this guy over here. Just gonna bring this one to be darker. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add just a little bit of more space. I'm gonna get rid of this icon for now, and then I'm going to simply duplicate this guys a few times so that you can see a few of these duplicated. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to select, and by the way, I'm going to use to add the keyboard viewer so that you can see all of the shortcuts which I'm using and whatnot. So I'm just gonna select all of these. I'm going to change the full name. I go over these ones again. I'm going to change the date, and same for these guys right here. I'm just going to change all of the values real quick so that we can have some sample custom data in a fast and efficient way. So I think we're good with this. Perfect. So I just need to add the labels. It's going to be phone. This is going to be losses. It's going to be profits. And we're also going to have a end date. And this is going to be the owner. We're also going to add some avatars for the owners. I just realized I could have done that just a moment earlier, but hey, it's never too late. So just going to go over here, add a few of these avatars. So basically, I literally just use like Alt, move to the circle, and then Command D in order to repeat the same action. And this is super useful. You can save a bunch of time, use it all the time. And then I'm gonna go here, select all of these guys, select the avatar, maybe make them a little bit smaller. Just be sure that the constraint proportions is selected. Should be by default, but yeah, if for some reason you're not changing in bulk, that was essentially the reason why. And then what we're gonna do here is I'm going to select these guys. I'm just gonna get rid of content reel for a moment, and I'm gonna make them all green since these are profits. This is good stuff. And then we're going to make these guys red, probably kind of a tint around these lines. Maybe this could work. So don't want to make them like a little bit too yeah, I think overall it's working. The phone is cool. Okay, perfect. So I think we're in good shape. Now what I'm missing right here is I want some sort of like pagination or way to view more. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do right here at the bottom. So it's going to be something around these lines. Just gonna make this one blue, add a little bit of roundedness in the edge, and I'm going to duplicate this guy and bring it to the top using this keyboard shortcut. It's going to be one of, then we're gonna add another one of 4. And what we're gonna do is we're going to bring back our good old content reel since we're going to use it. Icons, I'm going to search in for arrow, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Perfect. Yep. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to copy this one here, but maybe we're gonna just make it a little bit more, just gonna freestyle a little bit with the color, just because this is not a client project and we can do whatever we want. We're not fixed with any specific color palette. We decide our rules. So let's take advantage of this, since I'm gonna work on some client projects later today, and I won't have all the freedom that I have right now, so why not? Cool. So I think we're good with this. Yep, let's just make this one like this. Okay, perfect, cool. We're good to go. And then the next thing which we're gonna do is we need some sort of call to action. I feel like there's a call to action needs to appear here. So I'm just gonna grab this guy over here again, since we still need some text in the rectangle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add what type of call to action should I add exactly that, exactly the add call to action. Can never go wrong with that one. Perfect. So all right, so I'm just gonna make this one white, and how about I use the same color as I have here? Okay, this is looking pretty good. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go on plugins, good old content tree again, icons, and dots. Okay, kind of need something around these lines, but not exactly that. So I'm just going to double click on these. Then I'm going to ungroup this, turn it sideways, make it just a little bit bigger, use the same color as I have here, maybe the same color as I have here, and then we're gonna change the other one. And yep, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Cool. So this will serve as a menu on the very top, and we also have a add button in case the users need to add anything. So I think we're pretty good with this. Now I'm just going to add like a bunch of menu items. So just going to grab a few of these, and we're going to create the side menu in this app. I use this one and this one and this one, and every single icon. All right, cool. So I think we have a bunch of icons. As you can see, they're all framed. I don't want to have them framed, so I'm going to use Shift, Command, G, and these are all unframed now. Just going to center align them, going to distribute it vertically, and I'm going to reduce the space from one another a little bit more. This is going to make sense in just a moment, so bear with me. All right, gonna bring them here. I'll make this one white, and gonna give it a 50% opacity. Close this guy. Bring these guys up, and we're going to add some labels. So. All right. Just going to add a few of these. Let's bring this one up. Yep. Bold, and then distribute vertically. And I think these are looking pretty good. Actually, I just realized the issue. All right, that's looking cool. Just going to copy this style over here, and this is going to be checklist, or actually overview. And let's make all of these with auto width. I'm just adding some random labels over here, and this is going to serve us as the base for our project. So perfect. I think we're good with the side menu. The only thing that we're missing really is some sort of logo on the top, and also a logout feature, I feel. So logout, good old content reel again, and icons. Let's see what they have for the logout feature. If I write exit, okay, arrow, yeah, we definitely have the arrow. So, oh, here we go, logout. That's gonna be perfect. It's just the same color. Can't get rid of this one here, and let's see if we can find some sort of like logo for the top. This is going to be okay. Maybe we can go with a classic logo, something around these lines. Yeah, maybe we're just gonna go with the classic 3D cube, which I'm sure none of you guys ever saw, like ever. So okay, we're gonna go the creative route for this time. Maybe let's add a divider of some sorts. And let's see if we can like figure out maybe something around these lines. All right. Well, it's looking pretty cool. I'm just not too fond of the colors for some reason. Gonna want to go somewhere a little bit more around these lines, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of trying things out, really seeing which ones, which of the tests you're liking the most. And again, we didn't really went too far when it comes to some of the elements over here, because you know this is just a basic tutorial. But if it was a client project, again, you would probably want to consider building a design system, being really organized with the layers on the side and things like that. So I can actually show you like quickly how I would organize the layers. Would just like save these ones as icons. Oops, you just realized I didn't really select those ones. So this would be icons, this would be the labels, and I just like to differentiate them like this instead of like selecting one by one, simply because most of the times I just like to edit them in bulk like that, but there's no really like right or wrong way in order to save a specific label or group items. It just really comes down to what you prefer, and especially if you're working in a team, what your team prefers, because the moment you're working on with a team of designers, it's going to be much more important to kind of like figure out a way that everybody's, you know, happy with when it comes to these. And when it comes to the tables, I would usually like create symbols for these, and then I would just repeat them. And the reason being is that you can simply edit symbols much faster than you would individual elements. But you know, for this specific example, just wanted to go with this version. So just gonna go create this one. It's going to be a label, and I'm just gonna group all of these guys into single lines. All right, perfect. So I would just rename these, and I'm just gonna bring this one to the left. So I'll just rename these 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, and 10. And this would be the actual pagination. All right, and these guys right here, this would be the add button, and this would be the dots. And yeah, overall, this is how I would usually organize the layers. I don't like to work with a lot of nested groups within one another. So yeah, that's just one of my preferences. Another thing that we could explore is just here below, we could probably like consider adding some sort of different background around these lines. And you know, this is totally up to you. Maybe you want to like have it a little bit more subtle, so something around these lines and without the actual lines. So just gonna give it a shot, see how this is working out. This looks, oops, I think I deleted everything apart from, I selected everything apart from what I wanted to select. So yeah, this is already looking better actually. I think I'm going to just keep these guys. Just gonna rename them. Oops. Yeah, that's perfect. I literally have no Figma. Just give me 1 second. I have all sorts of different projects opened. So okay, we're back. So here we go. I think I'm pretty happy with this. It's looking pretty cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this small tutorial how to create this dashboard in Figma. So I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to create this dashboard design in Figma. And if you like the video, please leave a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, leave a comment. I always try to reply to comments. So feel free to do so, and I'll try and get back to you. And by the way, on my channel, I have over 300 videos on UI UX design, both the freelance design part of it, and also a lot of other tutorials similar to this one. So if you're interested in all of that, feel free to check out my channel and subscribe. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And again, I'll see you in the next video.